Well, it's race eve. Cliff Bar, of course. Going in my smoothie bowl. You may be wondering, how does a professional triathlete prepare for Commonwealth Games qualifying race right here on the Gold Coast for Birmingham? Well, I just finished yoga, my taper session, cleansed my nose out, my smoothie bowl's almost ready to go, and I'm watching Justice League to embrace my superpowers and superhuman type superhero feeling, because it's kind of wild that I'm even attending a CommGames qualifying race. Like, if you had told me during high school that would happen, I would have lost my mind. Would have believed you. Would have been like, yeah, fuck off, of course I'm going. But like, for it to actually be here is pretty wild. I'm like a 97 to 1 odds of actually qualifying, but I'm still an odds. So I'm just going to take up the experience, enjoy the moment. The plan is that everyone will come together as one big bike pack. I'll break away with about 6 kilometers to go, and I'll need a minute's gap from the start of the run to run away with the win. And I don't see why that can't happen, because the egos are big. The best Aussie racers in Australia are racing, so they don't know who I am. They might leave me alone. I'll get a good break and I'll automatically qualify for CommGames, just like Stephen Bradbury, except he won gold. Maybe that's how I'll win gold. Blocked nose through the week, but thankfully I feel like I fully kicked that before the race, so 100%. I'm pretty sure I got that from swimming in the pool too much, but I'm really keen. If anyone knows any open water swim training groups that are swimming faster than 1 minute 30 per 100, let me know. If there's any like surf clubs that have open water swim training, I'm so keen to get more open water swim training rather than pool, because I just don't agree with chlorine. I only swim in the pool there because I need to get better, and that's where all the guys swim, so I swim with them and try and get better. But we'll get straight into the race report. We'll start with race morning. Race morning was pretty good. It was a 3:20 alarm, and I was like, yeah, not bad. Could be worse. Could start with a 2. Usually if it starts with a 3, Michaela and I will be like, ugh. But a 3:20 is not too bad. We'll take it, especially for a local race. It's always really, really good. Really underappreciate how much sleeping in your own bed helps, especially after the last 2 races sleeping at my nan's place. I mean, she's got a spare bed, super grateful. It's great to see my nan. She's towards finishing off a physical experience, so the more time I can see her and spend time with her, the better. We got up, cold shower, cool mint Cliff Bar, packed all my stuff the night before, did my rollout, and I only needed to go to the toilet one time before I left home, and I was like, we're already on a good roll here, let's keep that going. Hopped in the car, played Xavier Rudd's new album, Jen Jack Moon. I definitely did not pronounce that right, but it's a vibe. Stony Creek is an absolute, just like, enchanting, like, empowering, magical song. I don't know what it is, but I love it so much. And a lot of the other songs in the album too. Makes me feel good, I feel calm, and I like feeling calm before races. I don't race on anger or anything like that anymore, because I don't have any anger in my life, so it's an unsustainable fuel source, whereas calmness, peace and happiness is very sustainable. I thought, yeah, cool, whatever. I'm not even like busting to go to the toilet. I got out of the car and bang, as soon as I stood up, my gut was like, where's the toilet? I need to go right now. And I was like, not really, actually. There's a lot of houses here, and there's no public toilets until we get over to the race. So as I'm grabbing my water out of my esky here, putting it in my bag, grabbing the bike out, I start turtlenecking. Oh my God. My gut or my butt or something has no control. It's like, we're going to the toilet now. I'm going to the toilet. And I was like, no. I'm standing next to my car with nowhere to go. Go back inside. I have a car full of food napkins. So they came in handy, and that's as much detail as you guys need to know. We're moving on. I got to the race, got my number. Oh, it's all rubbed off. Got my numbering, got all that sorted. Headed into transition, racked the bike, had that done by 5:15. It was all sorted for a 6:15 a.m. start. Had my second Cliff Bar after going to the toilet for the third time. And then started my warm-up routine. Felt really good during my warm-up. I could feel the nerves and anxiousness creeping on because my heart rate was a little higher and I couldn't hold the breath holds as long, but I still had the speed in the legs, so that's how I knew I was on a good thing. Mum and Dad came down or up to support me, so that was cool to have them both there. Doing really good, and I actually got in a really good position. I was number 37, and we had to line up in our numbers, and I was like, far out, like, we're going to stand at the end. Fair enough, I'm not at the top of the game, but I want to be. Give me an advantage. Turns out I got the advantage because where they lined everyone up was actually on the inside of the boys, so those who were starting with the lower numbers had to swim back and then around, whereas I just had a straight line, and I was in between the under 20 1500 and 3 kilometer running national champion in Peyton Craig, and on my left is Brad Course, who's the junior or under 19 Triathlon Australia champion. He's off to Worlds. They're both off to Worlds, and I was like, cool, I'll take this. Let's run into the water with these junior national champions. Why not? That's what I'm here for. I'm here to attempt or be in amongst the CommGames qualification race. Jumped into the water, and straight away it was like an MMA fight. It was hectic. My hand is really, really sore. I don't remember what I did, but someone copped a solid whack. Apologies, I guess, but that's what happens when everyone tries to swim on top of each other for so long. And I guess the race organisers, I mean, they're not to blame, but can't be surprised with a few bumps and stuff going on, because they put the first turn buoy 50 metres into the swim. They should have just started us in the water, lining up, and then swim a straight line down, and we'll sort ourselves out. But it wasn't too bad. I could have sworn my nose was bleeding or broken. It was hectic. So sore, but we trained for it. I mean, I've trained for it. Thankfully, with Brad, who was lining up next to me, I've done a few swim sessions with him where we'll all just swim on top of each other and try and get used to getting elbowed in the nose by your mate. Part of the journey, and definitely part of a triathlon training swim session, is the abuse. Friendly, of course, not personal, just happens, and you'll try and swim on top of each other. So that was really good. I hung on to the pack the whole way. Coming out of the water, I actually swallowed quite a lot of water, and the water is not great drinking water. It's the Southport Seaway. That says enough, like Southport. And it's brown as the poo that I poo. It's not great water to swallow any time ever, especially at the moment after all this weather manipulation going on, or just shitty rain. That's our second 1 in 500 years downpour within a month, so that shows something's going on. Not great situations, but we make the most of it. We grow on heaps of plants, so that's good. I got out of the water. Actually got out of the water 23 seconds behind the front pack, so that's a massive improvement. But I need to be closer than that, so I'm going to keep working until I get closer. Well, not until, I'm just going to keep getting closer and closer and closer. I want to make the front pack. I made that pack, but it wasn't the front pack. I want to be in amongst the race and get off the bike and have a chance. Whereas I'm getting off the bike a minute or so behind, and it's just not the same. Like, the race is up ahead, and then you hook yourself on the bike just trying to catch up. And that's what happened. I got out right behind the big chase pack. The chase pack split into two. There was, I'm going to say 8 to 10, chasing the main pack of about 20 boys. And then Peyton, myself, I caught up to Peyton on the bike, and then we just couldn't catch that front pack, and then 2 other lads, Dixon and Powers, caught us. We worked really well together that first lap.
Go Travis.
We were all able to put some solid turns in, but then it ended up just being Powers and I pulling a lot of the effort because the other two, well, I think they just cooked their legs. I don't think they were not working. They did manage to run away from me at the end though, so maybe they were being strategic. Or maybe they just weren't hurting as hard as me or didn't want it as hard, but I kept having to encourage them with encouraging yelling. Definitely no abuse, I'm not into that. They're younger boys. I'm an old dog in the sport, which is quite weird, being 25, one of the older guys in the race. So it's good to help them out, I guess, help pump them up. And I was like, boys, you don't get a rest until we sit on that front pack just up the road. And we could see them up the road and they were still not pulling turns and just trying to sit in. And I was like, nah, bruh, get on, and then we just sit on that pack. We don't have to pull a turn once we come a pack of 12. Then pull the turn. I'm still going to pull a turn, but you boys don't have to sit on the back. Once we're on that group, cool beans. Then try and catch the main group. So it was really good. I loved it. It's exactly what I came to this race to do, was come out of all the water with the pack. I did that. Stoked with that. I got to work with the pack on the bike. Stoked with that. I came to suffer, so we suffered. Even though it was like the third pack, just off the second pack, and that pack was just off the front pack. So it ended up, as we all got off the bike, like a very strung out run of just a continuous flow of athletes. I got off the bike, cooked, so exhausted. Legs were definitely feeling it. I had the confidence on the bike after doing the crit last weekend, averaging 45.6 kilometers an hour for an hour plus 2 lap crit race. So I'm happy with that. I ran 17:03 on my watch for 5k, but on the race stats they had me as 16
Travis.
something. Maddie Hauser ran a 13 something. The top 4 I think even ran 13-minute 5ks according to the race stats. Ridiculous.
Go Travis.
But that's cool. It's good to be in amongst it. It's pretty cool to have a front row seat in watching it all unfold. It wasn't as intense as I thought it would be. Maddie Hauser ended up breaking away and holding it and winning from the run. I ended up in just running. I ran 3:28 pace, which isn't too bad. And I definitely think I can hold that. And I've got Moreton Bay long course in my mind at the moment. So that's my focus race now. I've got Byron the week before it and Kingscliff 2 weeks after it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Moreton is going to be my peak race just because it's 2k swim, 60k bike, 15k run. And I think that's a really great distance. So I'm really keen on that. And I really do think I can hold sub 3:30 for 15k. The bike won't be as technical as Sergi. It'll be on the TT. I'll ride fast. I'll have a good time. But yeah, happy with my race. I think I finished 20 something. I'm happy with that. I came to suffer. I suffered. I was in amongst it. Stoked. I couldn't ask for much. I can't ask for much more, but I'm happy with what I got. Good little way to end out the domestic ITU season. We're about to enter the end of the season. So my last 3 races are non-drafting. Back on the TT, humming, putting it in, working hard, non-drafting. I like it. But I love crit racing and draft legal racing. So definitely more crits are on the agenda because I love just being in amongst the bike pack. It's so much fun. And yeah, got to finish after the race with Cardamom Pod, which is my favourite ever cafe in the world. We got the gourmet toasty, an iced mocha, the sweet waffle pancakes, the weekend special. I had half of Mum's carrot cake that she got for dessert, and I had half of her, I think it was Healthy Avo Benny or some Benny Avo smash thing. It was delicious. Thanks for Joey for shouting my feeds at the Cardamom Pod. Super appreciative. And for all the work, all the training. Brett for the breath work, helping me get ready. P3 for helping me keep fresh, helping me saunas, pools, boots, all the good stuff. TLR for the wheels and the bike, they worked very well. I ran 45mm carbon rim brake, if you're wondering. And yeah, Cliff Bar and Gardner Vegan for fueling me. As always, I eat so much Cliff Bar lately. But Gardner Vegan have actually been donating all the sponsored meals, who would usually go to athletes or influencers, to help out with all those in the floods that need good, healthy food to help recover, and they just can't because all the farms down there have been demolished, which is really sad. I'm learning to cook more. Not learning, I know how to cook, but experimenting more in the kitchen. Michaela's cooking me a lot of food, and we're spending a lot of money. But yeah, I would really like some more Gardner Vegan meals. That'd be great. Gardner Vegan videos coming out soon, and some Active Earth videos coming out real soon. And that's about it for the race report. You've got 4 or 5 weeks until the next race report. So enjoy this one, soak it up, and I'll see you guys in a month's time for the Byron Bay race report. Hopefully I get to race that, depending on whether some more weather manipulation happens. I'm saying it now, there's a cyclone coming to the north coast on the northern rivers. Some more rain and some hectic things coming to really push this thing up here. They're testing us, so stay strong, my people. That's my new thing I do to people who abuse me on the bike. It's so funny because anyone abusing cyclists is like, "Oh, you faggot, get off the road." 1, there's nothing wrong with being a faggot. 2, I'm not, I have a girlfriend. 3, I just paid so much in rego for my car, like $380 for a 6 months rego. Don't abuse me for not paying rego. Like, that's all my savings gone already. Yeah, but especially to those who hate cyclists or have an issue with anything I do.